Hey, my fellow entrepreneurs, it's Alex from Business Rocket, and today we're going to discuss TCP licenses in California. This is a license and permit that you're going to need if you're planning to drive passengers in your vehicle from point A to point B. Now, before I get going, if you're driving for Uber X or Uber XL or Lyft using a normal vehicle, you probably are not going to need a TCP license. You're going to fall under the Uber or Lyft TNC license in that scenario. A TCP license is where you are actually going to be operating your own fleet. You're going to be getting cars, getting your own insurance, and operating outside of Uber and Lyft, and using Uber and Lyft on their top tier platforms such as the Uber Black, Uber SUV platforms. So before we get going, we want to know, what is a TCP license? Why does it exist? Well, the state of California has created this license so that companies that have passengers inside the vehicle are properly licensed and operating under the correct parameters, meaning they have the right insurance, they've been drug tested, the cars have been inspected, and things of that nature. So California mandates that your company is properly licensed before a passenger can step into your vehicle. The question now becomes, how do you get a TCP license? And how easy is it to get it? And what should I avoid when starting the process? Well, first, the license is not very difficult to get, but it's a little bit tricky. So number one, I would not encourage you to do the license yourself. Hire a consultant to help you. We have Business Rocket help you with this license, but if you find somebody else, just get somebody who's going to be knowledgeable about the process. I know there's some videos on YouTube that talk about doing it yourself and do this yourself. I do not suggest doing that because there's a lot of pitfalls that come with the process, and we're going to go over some of those pitfalls today. But in the beginning, when you're getting a TCP license, you want to do the steps in the exact order that is convenient for you and what you're trying to accomplish. If you do those steps in the incorrect order, you might be overspending by thousands of dollars. So first, let's start with those things. What are the pitfalls that you have in a TCP license? The first thing is you want to have a corporation or LLC when you're registering for a TCP license. A TCP license is non-transferable. There are some TCP licenses that are transferable, but they have no value. So in theory, nobody's going to buy it from you, and you're not going to be able to transfer it. And if you are even transferring it, it's pretty much the same as opening up a new TCP license. So when you get this license, you want to have a corporation or LLC that holds the license so that you can modify the corporation or LLC, and the license modifies in the same capacity. For example, let's say I own the TCP license today and I want to sell it to you. I basically just transfer my company to you, and the license follows as well. Additionally, the company is going to protect your personal liability and your assets. It's going to give you the ability to build business credit, eventually have lower insurance premium payments on the cars, because you're going to have something that's called a loss run record. A loss run record is what the insurance company deems your company to be, meaning how much has your company paid out to the insurance company versus how much the insurance company has paid out for accidents that were caused by your company. So if you have a business that's been around for 3-4 years and it's a corporation or LLC and it's got a perfect record of no accidents, that company right there becomes very valuable. You can probably sell the company itself for about $5,000 to $12,000. If you have a sole proprietorship or just a simple partnership, you can't do any of those things. Additionally, with having a corporation or LLC, you're a little bit more mobile about how you hire drivers, how you make them partners with your company. You can do a maneuver there without having to hire every single driver to be a W-2 employee if you're planning to have somebody drive for you. So there's a lot of benefits to having a corporation or LLC. And a lot of people think that, you know what, I don't want to have the extra expense of $200 or $300 to start my TCP license, but I strongly encourage, start your company first, get a corporation, get an LLC going, then put the TCP license on top of it. Now, the next pitfall that you have to be careful about is how you buy your vehicle. A lot of people go to the dealership, they buy the car, and they'll just register the car under their company name. That is incorrect. You want to make sure you register the vehicle as a commercial vehicle with the DMV. This means that the DMV recognizes your vehicle as an actual business use vehicle. That usually means that somebody's got to take the car to the DMV and have it weighed and provide a weight certificate at the DMV, and they'll issue commercial registration. If you bought the car outright, it's a very simple process. You can go to any oil change location or a truck stop, get your car weighed, get a scale certificate, go to the DMV, pay like a $15 or $25 fee to change it to commercial registration, and you're done. However, it becomes extremely complicated when you have a loan, because the person that holds the loan actually holds your title, and the person that holds the title is the one that decides whether or not you can or cannot have commercial registration. So we've had a lot of horror stories where people buy a vehicle under regular registration, then they try to convert it to commercial registration, and the owner of the lien does not allow them to do that. In that instance, the only solution you have is to get another loan that probably is a little bit more expensive, buy out the first loan, and then transfer the vehicle to commercial registration. Don't forget, commercial registration usually takes about 30 days to get. So when you buy the car and you get commercial registration, you're going to get the registration in your hands in 30 days. So you want to start the process of opening the company first, get the commercial registration. Once the company is done, you'll have your registration done, and then now you can start the TCP process. Very important. The last one, and kind of a more common pitfall as well, is insurance. A lot of people will buy insurance right away. The problem is the proper insurance that's actually allowed by the TCP Commission, by the CPUC, is not actually able to give you insurance until you have a TCP license. There are a few insurances that can provide insurance in the beginning, but generally they want to see you have a pending TCP number, then they will provide you insurance. Until you get the pending number, they will not write the policy. So if somebody is writing a policy for you without you having a TCP license, it 9 out of 10 times is the wrong policy. And imagine how much money you have to spend on down payment. And then all of a sudden you have to cancel that policy and buy another policy. That can be a waste of thousands of dollars. So you want to make sure you go to the right broker who's going to give you the right insurance. So in the steps that you kind of go through is open the company, start the TCP, get your insurance, finish the TCP. Do it in those steps, you're going to save thousands of dollars. Now, again, we at Business Rocket have been doing this for a very long time. I think currently we're the #1 company of TCP licenses in California. We've done over, I think, 10,000 licenses at this point, and we would love to help you as well. If you choose to do it yourself, just please be careful. Consult with a friend that maybe already has a TCP license. They can help you. Ask your questions below. We'll gladly answer them, but we'll also really help you with the process in case you need it. Leave your comments below. We'll try to get to all of them, and speak soon. Have a good day.